greens or on the green.
That whole waste area you see up the left side is the coquina waste area. Kind of a shell.
Small shells. You have large shells, small shells, and it's indigenous to this area. You just scrape it up with a dozer and spread it. It's great.
World Figure Skating Championships coming up as soon as we're done. See the dance finals plus the all-star field of medalists and their post-competition performances. A little less stress, no judges, more fun. It's coming up as soon as we're done.
Good swing here. Just watch this one.
205 with the 4-iron. Wind got a hold of that one and took it sideways. It has been a very difficult day to play, particularly compared to yesterday, which was almost perfectly still. Very unusual in Florida.
If this team can make a birdie, they'll tie Albus and Hobday in the legendary team division. $8,000 per man, the difference in winning the legendary division or finishing second. $16,000 per team. Well, we take you back while we have a second to some of the highlights from this final round. Andy North and Jim Colbert saw their lead go down to a shot. It started 4 clear of the field at the beginning of the day. At the 13th, that chip set up birdie, and they got to 17 under. Really started the stretch in where they took control of the event. 3 consecutive birdies.
Yeah, a really good 4-iron in here for Andy North, and holds this 30-footer for a birdie too. Really gives them the cushion that they needed coming into those last 4 holes. And after that really good birdie where he hit an iron off the tee at 15 and nearly holed his second, this after a perfect drive at 17.
So they've birdied 4 of the last 5, sit at 20 under, lead by 3, and Colbert set to play his third at the par 5.
It's a good full pitching wedge back to the hole location. Not his best effort. I think he's enjoying the work he's already done.
Mentioned we'll see these players in a couple of weeks. The countrywide tradition at the Cochise course. Desert Mountain. Tom Kite, the survivor in the playoff last year. We'll see you from north of Phoenix at the Jack Nicklaus Design course. Hale Irwin will be there as well in a couple of weeks here on ABC Sports. Our cable coverage on ESPN. Before that, Senior PGA in May is at Ridgewood Country Club in Paramus. The U.S. Senior Opens at Salem Country Club in Peabody, Mass. And, of course, the Ford Senior Players Championship here on ABC. The second full week in July in Dearborn, Michigan, the TPC of Michigan.
I must say, I thought it was Andy's ball that had got through that waste area out into the middle of the fairway, but he's found himself in here. It's not a bunker. He can ground his club, can make a practice swing.
That's the Coquina waste area we were talking about with Steve a second ago.
Pick the ball cleanly, keep it back in the stance a little. Good safe shot, middle of the green.
Andy's wife, Susan, was not there in person to see any of Andy's 3 wins before he turned 50, the 2 U.S. Opens or his other PGA Tour victory. Was here last year for the Legends, was there last week, and during the playoffs she said to me, maybe I should have left and he would have won the playoff if I would have left the property, because she hadn't seen him win an official individual title. Susan had to leave this afternoon to catch a 5 o'clock flight. So she said she was going to leave after about 9 or 10 holes and call home to find out what happened, or check with somebody before she took off from Jacksonville. So she'll be calling, getting good news.
Don B's now set to explode from about 40 yards here at the last. say this is one of the hardest shots in golf, but to the pros, not so. Well played.
World Figure Skating Championships coming up from Vancouver. Yevgeny Plushenko, Todd Eldridge, Michelle Kwan, Sarah Hughes. The medalists will be in action. Colbert out of the bunker.
Good shot. Easy putt for his par 5.
It's the 24th playing of this event, Ian. You go back and think about how the senior tour has grown from this event. It started in '78. And the senior tour didn't get going until a couple of years later. And the week is so much about the camaraderie, to see the demerit division competitors, players over age 70, including our colleague Bob Rosberg, who was here and competed this week. It's fun for them to see the guys who they grew up with on tour and watch the senior tour grow together, and we're an integral part of that as well.
And being a 4-ball format, it takes the stress out of it as well, I think, so they can come along and enjoy themselves rather than come out to grind it out and worry about it. You see a lot of names here that you don't see day in, day out on the regular senior tour. They do get a chance to come out and play with their buddies and have a good time, and gives us a chance to have a look at our old heroes battle it out for a few dollars here in all 3 divisions.
Aaron's putt slides by. It got me thinking of Sam Snead, who's competed in the demerit division the last few years, had oral surgery a couple of weeks ago, so was not able to come here this week. Still plans on coming to Augusta for the ceremonial opening tee ball on Thursday morning.
I really had a wonderful opportunity to play in the past champions 4-hole deal at the British Open last year with Sam Snead, and really enjoyed going out with him. He still loves the game, doesn't see where the ball goes so well anymore, but still hit it pretty well. Hit it over the road on the last hole, about 240 yards.
Remember that. That was fun to watch.
Beautiful.
That was Andy's birdie putt.
He still had a go at it. He didn't lag it down, but with a 3-shot advantage.
No need
pretty
to.
easy.
They will be yet another team to win this title in back-to-back years. We mentioned Lee Trevino and Mike Hill won 4 times. Both times they won back-to-back in 91 and 92, 95 and 96. Then in 85 through 88, we had 2 teams win back-to-back. 85, 86.
Don January and Gene Littler, and then Orville Moody and Bruce Crampton following 2 years.
87 and 88 champions. So it's happened before. Find a good partner, get on a good roll in this event.
That was Don Bees for his birdie. He'll tap in for a 5.
And
Tommy Aaron will just pick his up.
yeah, unable to make a birdie 4, so Hobday Albus will win the legendary division, tournament within a tournament. Disappointing 71 for these players today after yesterday's great score, the 10 under par 62. And we'll see if Andy will close the deal here with a par and a 3-shot victory for the Colbert North team. There you go, guys. A repeat as champions for Jim Colbert and Andy North at the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf. An enjoyable week at the King and the Bear. We saw the King and the Bear and a repeat title. Concludes our final round coverage here on ABC Sports. We want you to stay tuned. Coming up next, World Figure Skating Championships Dance and Exhibition. Remember, ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC Sports. Congratulations to Andy and Jim, the winners of the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf. We'll see you in 2 weeks at the Tradition. Skating's next.